when you look at where the league is now, who do they need to make the face of the league? Who should Stephen A. be talking about day by day? Is Ja Morant? Can Ja Morant become one of those guys in Memphis?
In general, I think our advice to the league would be just put all of your stuff behind Ja right now.
It's a good bet.
So, Sel, can Ja Morant be the face of the league?
Yes, he can, and yes, he will become.
He is one of the best players in the league. He is top 10, and he still has a legit chance to be that guy for the entire NBA if he continues to play at this level.
Shawty is the face of the league, man.
Is he?
Don't nobody want to give, man. You go in the hood, you go back to the,
When be the face of the league?
Yeah, man, these little kids, they want to be on some Ja Anthony Edwards.
I'm seeing them in more commercials now.
It's Ja Anthony Edwards. And look at Memphis. Memphis, what, number 2?
131-80, they beat Memphis. Largest playoff win in franchise history, largest Game 1 win in NBA playoff history.
It's over. Go home.
Ja Morant less than 3 years ago made his first All-Star game with second-team All-NBA, averaging 27 points per game and leading his Memphis team to a franchise-best 56 wins. Ja Morant at that point was a viral superstar taking over the NBA.
Takes a 3-2 lead in this opening round series. Morant, oh! Rebound by Adams, his 6th. Morant blows by Primo. Attack! Oh!
Nice pick by Anderson. Morant leaves it, give it right back. Morant, oh my goodness!
Not bad.
Back then for Ja Morant, his approval rating was damn near perfect. He was a young player, flashy, exciting, his team was winning, and they had some edge. Ja at that point was set up to be a future pillar of the NBA and quite possibly the face of the league. And the game for me where Ja Morant kind of put himself on the map, as a legit mega superstar, was Game 2 versus the Warriors in 2022. Ja Morant in this game had 47 points, took over, got the W to tie the series 1-1.
He was special.
Ja Morant in Game 2 versus the Warriors had never been better, and since then has not been better. As looking at that very same series, just 2 games later, Ja Morant would get hurt, leave that game, and miss the rest of the series. At that point, Memphis, they were effectively cooked, their season was over. Ja's career post-2023 has stagnated, spiraled, and dropped off tremendously. And looking at his Grizzlies team, this year versus the Thunder, it's an absolute bloodbath.
In NBA history. Ja Morant zigzags to the cup. Holmgren got a piece. And Marvin Bagley Jr. into the game. Jaren Jackson back in as well.
Scoring his 20th point. Back-to-back buckets. And Memphis has to go to this Jaren Jackson, Ja Morant.
Damn! Oklahoma City this series, they looked invigorated, hyped up, tons of energy. What they look like is Memphis 3 years ago. Memphis nowadays looks depressed, uninspired, like they're running in quicksand. This Memphis team next year, their quote-unquote big 3 of Jackson, Bane, and Ja Morant, that's not going to be together next season. I can guarantee you that. But the big-time question is, which of those guys is leaving? If you ask me who I'd send off, it's actually Ja Morant. And hear me out. If Ja's your number 1, your superstar player, franchise cornerstone, where does that get you?
1, 2, 3.
For a championship player, legit number 1 option, the baseline requirement for that player is to be available, play games, and healthy for their team as much as possible. Ja Morant can't even do that. This guy's injuries, they're not really big-time injuries to take you out for months at a time. Ja's injuries are knick-knack injuries, like a finger, a pulled muscle, hamstring, shoulder, just these nagging injuries that go on all season. And looking at Ja's past 3 seasons, 2025, only 50 games. The previous year, 9 games due to suspension, but also injury, and 2023, only 61. The most games Ja's ever played in a season came back in 2020, his rookie season. This guy routinely doesn't crack 50 games, 60 games, and never has cracked 70. For a franchise superstar, that's simply unacceptable. And if you want to talk stunted growth, look at Memphis and New Orleans. With their 2 best players always being hurt, always being injured, the team around them, Those guys are always in limbo, some nights playing 30 minutes per game, then the next night only playing 15. If you want to build continuity to be a championship team, you can't have your role players or co-stars one night taking 10 shots, the next night 20 shots, then back to 10, and then 20 shots for 2 months. When you do that, the rhythm of the team gets completely thrown off. With Ja Morant as your number 1 option, that's a virtual guarantee every single season.
Guarantee!
And looking at Ja's actual game, when it comes to his biggest weakness, some might say defense. And look, I get it. He's slim, slender, doesn't really provide much resistance. I understand that. But for me, Ja's biggest weakness as an individual is actually his jump shot. And looking at this year's playoffs, they're daring him to shoot threes and shoot anything outside the paint. And of course, Ja this postseason has failed miserably.
Shot clock at 5 for Memphis. Deep 3, and it's an air ball from Morant.
Oh, but it just shows the depth of the Thunder.
Morant misfires deep 3.
And then quickly attacking once it comes out to the perimeter.
Hell no!
And looking at Ja's numbers over his career off pure just jump shots, 2020, 41%, 21, 36, 2022, 38%, 23, the exact same thing, and then 25, a tick lower. Ja Morant as a jump shooter has gotten worse the longer he's played. As a perimeter player or guard, being in that 36-38% range, that's pretty dreadful. If Ja had a legit jump shot, not even just a 3-point shot, but a mid-range game where he could pull up, shoot that elbow jumper, that would help his game infinitely. Of course, makes him harder to guard, but health-wise, will be a big-time benefit. Ja's game right now, he has really 2 go-tos. The first go-to, attack, 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 straight to the rim. Of course, doing that, some big-time highlights and dunks, and acrobatic layups. But of course, the downside, given Ja's frame, hits the ground routinely, takes tons of punishment. For guys at Ja's stature in their mid-20s, they can do that almost every night. But of course, as they progress, get older, taking that contact, that punishment, it breaks them down season by season and game by game. Now, looking back at this year's postseason, when it comes to Ja versus SGA, right now this debate, it's non-existent. SGA the far better player on both ends, more efficient, better jump shooter, really better at everything except flashy highlights. 3 years ago, it was the exact opposite. And comparing both these players, their offensive values, I think it is pretty shocking. Looking at Memphis with Ja on the court, their offensive rating is 118.3. Ja off the court, 118.5, nearly dead even. SJ on the court for the Thunder, 124.4. Off the court, 113.9. SGA by the numbers is 10 times more valuable on offense than Ja Morant. And once again, looking back at the Grizzlies, is Ja a championship player worth $60 million every single season?
Nope.
I understand Ja in Memphis, he's their guy, their franchise cornerstone that everyone's behind. But for being rational, Ja Morant is not a championship player if that's your goal. Want to sell tickets, have a good time, win 48, 50 games a season, Ja will do that for you. But if titles are the goal, what you gotta do right now is move Ja Morant. Ja's value right now is still relatively high. In 2 years' time, who knows what it will be. And looking at the entire NBA right now, when it comes to young, great guards, it's absolutely stacked. Of course, Cade Cunningham, Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Maxey, as well as Halliburton. Those young, great guards who are drafted after Ja Morant have surpassed him in a mere 2 seasons. What's my overall point? Ja Morant in 2 years might not be an all-star. That's how deep the NBA is and how deep they are at the guard position. So that right there is the end of the video, and I'll say one last thing. Comparing Ja to someone like SGA, the way these two guys' careers basically flipped, it's pretty fascinating. SGA 3 years ago, a fringe all-star, not a mega superstar. Ja 3 years ago was that dude. Nowadays, it's the exact opposite. And ask yourself why. Someone at SGA, he's reliable, durable, has a jumper, no off-the-court problems, and just plays basketball, gets better. Ja Morant is not durable, has no jumper, kind of already peaked, and plays no defense. I understand for Grizzlies fans, Ja Morant's highlights, they're otherworldly. As a championship player winning player, he's not that guy. You want to hold on for 3-4 more years, go ahead, do it by all means. You're not going to win a championship, make West Finals, that's not happening. With Ja as your number 1 option, all you're going to be is a highlight reel on the NBA's top 100. As always, thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.